All right, it's so good to have you. This is Monday morning, and you're welcome to Newspaper Review. This is a time we take to look at some of the stories making headlines in most of our national dailies today. And a lot happened over the weekend. Ugonna, how was your weekend?
It was good. It was nice. I had a wonderful weekend. I believe you also did, right?
Very well.
Good to be back.
Right now we have in the studio a public affairs analyst who is going to help us with looking at this headlines. He is a public affairs analyst. He is Mr. Kanayo Obidibo. So we're glad to have you in the studio.
Thank you for having me.
All right, it's good to have you. Well, let's kick start with ABS website news. Anambra government to collaborate with Rotary Club International to promote humanitarian service. Today is World Stroke Day. Over 200 traders benefit from federal government trader money empowerment scheme for small businesses. Mystery fire destroys 19 vehicles at Awada Obosi. Anambra government initiate measures to tackle power supply challenges in Ihiala communities. These are the stories making the headlines on the ABS website. Let's start with the first one. Anambra government to collaborate with Rotary Club International to promote humanitarian service.
It is a welcome development. The Rotary International is a humanitarian association that is worldwide. Okay. And for Anambra State to collaborate with them shows that they are very sensitive to the health of Anambrians, because charity begins at home. And today is a World Stroke Day, and we know what the stroke means. Stroke is the height of, some of our people having blood pressure. And then when it strikes, probably part of the body is paralyzed. And it's good to educate our people what kind of food, what kind of drinks, within the health journals, they should be able to let people know, disseminate information on how to manage their health.
Okay. And look at the mystery. How do we describe this? Mystery fire destroying 19 vehicles. Do we have fire that is
It couldn't have been a mystery fire. It is an electrical fault, or either man-made, or a situation where there is issues, and maybe people are quarreling over certain things. You cannot dispute the fact that when fire outbreaks, probably, now that we are in rainy season, there was rain, and fire was able to get into a workshop and got almost state-of-art vehicles were touched. And these are individuals who were at their homes thinking that their cars are being repaired. And they've probably now been thrown into a situation where we don't even have insurance. Because if it's a situation where we do have insurance, they will go back sleeping, because insurance will take care of it.
Do you say, are you actually saying we don't have insurance?
Actually, we don't have insurance. I don't know.
We have offices.
Have your car been repaired? Just your rear light being knocked by the Okada, and it's being fixed.
You may actually say that it's not functioning the way it should.
Therefore, we don't have it.
All right, that's the big story for another day. Now, let's look at the Anambra government initiating measures to tackle power supply. They were specific to Ihiala community here.
You see, one of the good things about this present government is that they are being sensitive with our communities. Ihiala is another growing community in Anambra State, and if there is a power, if the power sector is not harnessed properly, it means that the economy of Ihiala, local government, will be dropping. So it's a welcome development that the government is actually looking into the power sector within a community to make sure that's light.
All right, let's run. The next paper for review is the Sun newspapers. And in case you're watching us, remember this program is audience participatory. We have phone lines that you see on the screen, which to call and make your own opinion count on newspaper review this morning. The Sun newspapers for review right now. the first story of the banner headlines: Panic in Abuja and Shades Police in Showdown. Up there we have a Kano Southeast Governors Ohaneze stopped federal government IPOB Pali with rider there, insists region wants referendum, not elections. At the right hand, left and right hand down, we have killings. Oyedepo, JNI warn politicians against violence on guarded utterances. Good night, Mr. Fix-It. That's Buhari, Saraki, Edo government, Oshomole others, Mon Anene at 85. And we have Rivers APC Congress, appeal court unhappy over reprimand. Down there we have restructuring. Atiko hits back at Ushimbajo with a rider there, don't distort history, says ex-vice president. Which one do you go
I want to take up the panic in Abuja, where the sheds were, on rampage. Well, you see, when the federal government decide not to obey the law, their leader, El Zakazaki, has been in consideration for a while.
You know, when I first saw that story or the video clips on the social media, I was like a movie that I was watching, until the secular media had to carry it later in the night. You see,
there was it went viral. People from Abuja, I got an information on my phone asking people to be aware of these imminent rampage. They actually made it known that they were going to march, that they were going to demonstrate, they were going to show their anger.
For what?
Because their leader has been in incarceration, and an order of the court for his release has not been obeyed by the federal government, probably because of national security issues. And people feel bad. They feel bad. They know the man has some followers in this country, and they are not stopping. Even this morning, they are still, coming up with a kind of demonstration within Abuja metropolis and the neighboring states.
But then again, my question is, the court, if the court really, they are aware of the national security issue, why go ahead to grant bail? Because that's exactly why they are fighting. The court has actually granted bail to this man, free this man to go. So if the court actually feels this man is a threat to national security, why grant bail?
You see, the problem is the judiciary should not be looking at granting of bail. We should carry out speed trial. It should, if the man is actually being culpable for an issue, he should be tried. And if he's to be jailed, he should be jailed. If he is actually jailed, I don't think his followers should be on rampage.
All right, let's run. Let's see the next paper, Daily Times. We'll still get back to Anene's story. That should be the last.
All right, stories making the headlines on the Daily Times this morning. 2019 APC Senator BOT member in war of words. We may lose polls as we are yet to fulfill any promise. That's coming from Senator Abba Ibrahim. Nasiru Danu, you are mischievous as APC has done well despite challenges. Heritage Bank, Rivers partner to make arts culture key driver of GDP growth. Now underneath Daily Times this morning, entertainment industry, key to Nigeria's economic growth. Osibaja and Bode. Buhari, PDP others mourn as Tony and Nene dies at 85. Governor Sani Bello seeks collective stakeholders' approach to national security. Manufacturers caution federal government on signing of African trade agreement. Well, a big story there, 2019 APC Senator BOT member in war of words.
I think we have to look at that story because I think we've seen it in the Sun newspaper. Someone is actually saying beware of a trade of words that could ignite tension in the society.
But this is intra-party. Is it within the party system? The APC, BOT, it is politics. People should not be worried about internal politics of any political party. They claim to be family. If they're able to manage their issues, otherwise they should. They're threatening, trying to wash their dirtiness in the public. And if they do that, it is an advantage to the opposition. So to us, it is politics in APC. They should be able to manage the crisis that has, erupted after the primaries. This is what triggered all these.
And I think the rider at the bottom of that story, we may lose polls as we are yet to fulfill any promise, coming from Senator Abba Ibrahim. What's your take on that?
Well, you see, like we are in political era, a lot of issues must be coming to the front border. People will make explosive statements. People will make blames. People will, claim to have been able to do this or that. However, we, the general public, we are sitting and watching, and I believe that at the end of the day, if our vote should count, then we will be able to say who rules this country.
All right, let's quickly look at Buhari PDP on this morning as Tony and Nene dies at 85.
It is a national loss, indeed. Tony Nene has been a man that has been adjudged to be Mr. Fix-It, because he has weathered so many political storms in this country. Even when the military were there, he was still a serious actor in Nigerian politics. And losing him at 85 shows the kind of Nigerian life expectancy. Otherwise, Tony Anini at 85 is still a young man. That's the way I see it, because people are 100 years, 96 years, and then at 85, well, it is good, because we are not managing our health systems in this country very well. Okay. Otherwise, if we do have, a state-of-the-art or health centers or hospitals that could manage his sicknesses, he should be living by now. So we have lost his...
in other words, you're saying in Nigeria, one who actually tries and attains to 85 has done very well.
That is what it is.
All right, let's see the story. Governor Sani Bello are seeking a collective stakeholders approach to national security.
You see, the national security issue in this country, the ball stops on the table of the president. And the president should be able to give us the best, having been a security officer himself all his life. And if we are having problems with the national security in whatever form, the president should be held responsible.
All right, it's still Newspaper Review. In case you're watching and you want to call us, the number to call is 0706-272-4192. In case you want to join, 0706-2724-192 or 0907-2972-090. Call and make your own opinion count on the issues being raised here this morning. The next paper for review right now is the Punch newspapers. Let's take the Punch newspapers. The banner headlines there says APC senators rep attack party, say we are not better than PDP. APC senators reps attack party, says we are not better than PDP. Down there we have things have not changed. Many things are worse, and the people are bitter. We should not assume that we can win even with massive rigging. That's coming from Senator Ibrahim there. Up there we have airlines grown as federal government delays VAT waiver implementation. And we have electricity. We are being forced to reduce generation, says power firms. And then it dies at 85. Buhari, Saraki, PDP, Obaseki, others mourn. Down there we have the clips there. That's the clips of what actually took place in Abuja, where the Shiites are protesting, and of course it turned out to be bloody over the weekend. We also have the stories Nigeria will break if it becomes Islamic nation. That's coming from Oyedepo. Family tackles Lagos hospital over death of sickle cell patient. And the last but not the least, Kaduna relaxes curfew, begs airlines, NRC to resume operations. I think let's begin from there. The crisis rocking Kaduna State for some time now, and the curfew being relaxed. Now the government is pleading with the airlines to resume operations, and you begin to wonder, how do we resume when crisis is still going on in the state? What's your take?
You see, Kaduna State has been a flashpoint of turmoil, I should say. And each time human beings are being killed as a result of either misunderstanding or the least misunderstanding. Okay. A traditional ruler was abducted and killed, and it triggers off. Kaduna State from the southern Zaria, you remember the Zongo Kataf, Lamani Lekot was jailed. And today, Kaduna State remains a bedrock of where violence is being perpetrated within the community for, just for a slightest, misunderstanding with the properties, lives. And have we forgotten that it was in Kaduna that His Excellency Buhari was stoned? Yes, during his campaign, he was actually stoned. So what I'm trying to say is that Kaduna is a city where we have the NDA, we have the Nigerian Defense Industrial Corporation, we have we have all manner of security installations there, and still Kaduna is always boiling. So the government should do something about it.
All right, let's see this bold headline. The APC senators, reps, attack party says we are not better than PDP, that things have not changed, and Nigerians are bitter, and they should not assume that they can win with even with a massive rigging. Yeah.
I wonder why they are saying that. You see, Nigerian political party have lost ideological focus. There is no left or right. Tomorrow I'll be APC, next tomorrow I'll become PDP. Yeah. So they are the same bed, flying on one nest. They live together. They manage their affairs together. There must be misunderstanding among the APC members. For instance, the aftermath of the primaries, which Yoshimola is going through the heat now, is as a result of I want to install. I want to, continue. I want my favorite to be there. And then when it doesn't happen, then it means that I have lost that, then I have to attack if I am not ready to change party. So that's what is going on.
All right, let's run. The next paper is The Guardian newspaper for review right now.
That story is making the headlines this morning. Panic grips Abuja as Shiites march today. On top of that story, Nigeria accounts for 45% out-of-school children in West Africa, says UNICEF. Lassa fever kills 2 infect health worker, 2 others in Ondo State. Elder statesman Tony Anene dies at 85. PDP condemns Buhari's meeting with INEC boss. Lopsided appointments, bane of peaceful coexistence. Police assure residents of safety. Army group disagree on Saturday's deadly clash. Video clip shows soldiers shooting sect members. Well, of course, we've been talking about the big story happening in Abuja. Let's quickly look at
I think we have to really look at the story very well. The death of Anene, going through his profile, he's been in the government right from Zeke's time. Okay. The story had it that he was an odd link to Zeke of Africa, and down the line, that shows he must be a very well-experienced politician, so to speak. Let's really look at the life of Anene.
Yeah, really, Anene actually, as an elder statesman, has come a long way in this country. He was a police officer who retired. At a point, he was when he went into politics, just like you rightly said, he was in the SDP. And when the military came in Abacha, he was laundering the image of Abacha all over the world. So I saw him in the U.S. anyway, with Adumegu Juku, the late, he came back, they came, talking about the military, on how civilians we are going to synergize with the military at that point. So, and then he is like a man who has been around so much in Nigerian politics. He was in the PDP. He made his mark in the PDP. He became the works minister. He was a,
so much. And to cap it, he married one of our own.
Oh, yeah. So that's right. And actually, we are mourning with the entire Nigerian because our sister is one of the wives. And she is also a strong politician, a strong woman in Nigeria. Even with that name, Anene, she has made her mark too. She was once the leader of the women in PDP, and I believe that Anambra people must have actually lost that in-lawship.
All right, we could go on and on, but time is no longer a friend here. This is where we wrap up our newspaper review for this morning. Thanks so much for your time, and we so much appreciate you, Mr. Kanaya Obidibo, for finding time to join us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for your time.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, do stand by. We have more coming up.